Okay, Lakenda, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Hang on, let me ask you to unmute yourself. Okay. Okay, Modern Peasant is a natural perfume and personal care product brand created by Lakenda Wallace, with perfumes inspired by the iconic scents associated with 1950s Detchema and Chanel. Modern Peasant brings the fragrance essence of the garden to new delicious heights. These small batch artisan perfumes, room sprays, and personal sanitizers salute the wonder and beauty of useful plants. Welcome, Lakenda. So you're going to screen share, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. Can everyone see?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. Well, welcome to the garden. Thank you for letting me come in. It's an honor to be here. This has been an amazing group to speak in front of, so much creativity. So Modern Peasant is a new brand I just launched in December of last year. Again, I am the owner and the alchemist. I had been studying independently and doing my own independent research into natural perfumes and scent and how to extract scents for about 20 years. Pretty much starting with my own need to find a lotion that really worked for my skin, and it just kept going. I've been giving those as presents for 20 plus years and finally decided to take it from the closet to the main stage in my life. My obsession with scent started very early on. My mother, pictured here, was a model in the 50s. I thought she was the most glamorous woman in any room. And she wore Detchema by Revillon. She wore it. It was her signature scent. It is amazing because it was such a signature to her that years later, when she was in her 80s and starting to have issues with dementia, it became absolutely imperative as any of the other medications she was on or any of the vitamins we had her on, was that she had her Detchema, because for her, that sense, that smell was who she was. And it really helped her stay connected to herself. Detchema, if you've ever smelled it, is an expansive perfume. It is very intense. It's beautiful, but it's a bit overpowering. One of the reasons is because it was meant to captivate even inside of a smoke-filled room. I want you to note the guy behind her with the cigarette lit and unflicked.
Lakenda, sorry to interrupt, but actually I don't think the presentation has moved forward. We're seeing still the first slide.
Whoa, okay.
I know, and it's a pity because everyone wants to see your mom.
She's
okay, there we go. That's moved.
Okay.
So that's first slide, and then just test it out quickly. Move to the next one just so we know that we can. Okay, great, cool. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you, Lakenda. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no worries. And here's my mom. Yeah, you can see the picture. There's the guy behind her with the cigarette, but here she is needing to still be alluring, still captivate, even in the midst of this crowded room. And I believe that's why scents like Detchema were made to be quite so strong. But it was something that infused every fiber in every room of our house. I have a shirt that used to belong to her, which we have laundered and we have dry cleaned, and it still smells like Detchema. And that became an issue moving forward to the time where we don't have cigarettes allowed indoors. And I started to see all of these corporations creating these no scent policies. And for me, you know, I've been working as a marketer for years. The idea of going to work and not having scent it doesn't even make sense. I mean, there is scent in lotion and conditioner, and I mean, it's just, it can't be. And that's when I really started getting deeper into this whole idea of natural perfumes. And Modern Peasant. At the moment, we have 3 natural perfumes: Cashmere, Take a Hike, and Mystery. There's also, and something that started after COVID, I really started to focus a lot on Modern Peasant in March because suddenly I was laid off, and that was the biggest blessing, because I could really spend full time focusing on my business, which I love. And so for COVID, I started creating these other scented products. The natural room spray, which I've changed the formula on, is now a 70% alcohol, but the whole basis for it was using like the antimicrobial and the antibacterial properties in the Palo Santo and lavender, and using those to scent the room, which are lovely and are really great because they also dissipate after a very short time. And now I'm working on personal sanitizers, which are also scented, because for me, I want to clean my mask, but the thought of smelling alcohol doesn't even seem right. And so with those, we have the scent profiles. Again, you can see my calendula and mint and lavender. I'm a big fan of calendula. The cashmere is really meant to smell a lot like Chanel No. 5. I started with tinctures of rose and lavender, and then layered those with essential oils. There's no cashmere in it. I actually use spikenard to add that really warm scent. Take a Hike is extremely green. I always say it is the emotional equivalent of taking a walk in the woods. Very refreshing. Mystery is this very multi-layered scent of woods and florals. And I noted that when I added the clary sage to it, it really added this brightness, but it really changed the scent in these ways I didn't expect, because now you get these almost green tea in it, which is, yeah, I didn't expect that. And then the cleansing room spray, which has the Palo Santo, which is very woody and sweet and almost resiny. But it has that really sharp sweetness at the end that's almost tangy, which I really dislike. But I find that the lavender hydrosol used in it really shapes it with a really nice, round, pleasant scent at the end that people are really enjoying. It's actually my best seller. So in processes, I use dried flowers, herbs, anything I can get my hands on. I'm willing to make a tincture of it and play around. I use an organic ethyl alcohol. I try to go organic wherever possible for the tinctures. And then I also have distilled hydrosols. I have my own still, which is super fun. But I also have a couple of farms in Napa that there's one winery in particular that has a farm, and their longitude is exactly with, or latitude rather, is equivalent to where they grow olives in Italy. And so their ability to create, like, their lavender is incredibly floral, and you can put it side by side. There's definitely a different flavor to the French lavender versus their Napa, but I'm just absolutely, I adore it. Heat infusions for oils, and then everything is layered with essential oils. And I use either orris root, depending on the scent, of course, orris root or the glucam P20 to really help the flavors last. Is one of the hardest things in a natural perfume, is getting the scent to really stay with you. We do have some new products coming out. As I said, we're working on the sanitizers, which is very exciting. I've been playing with it, and I always guinea pig my friends and family first. So they're really enjoying the scents, which is really nice. My favorite, as I said, is to spray the face mask, because then I'm smelling lavender as I wander around, and not whatever I ate for lunch, which is much nicer. And Modern Peasant, as I really start to blow out the brand, we're really at the very beginning stages. I have been blogging. I have a background as a marketer and a writer, and I really wanted to get that sense of transparency that we're seeing, that desire for transparency that we're seeing these days, especially after all of the protests. People really want to know, where does your company stand? And so I've really enjoyed writing these pieces that are really about examining cultural norms, breaking down some of the cultural norms we have around beauty, creating fairy tales, as I call them, because I find that fairy tales often have a tinge to them of you be the nice, willowy, sweet, and weak woman, and then you can find your Prince Charming who will make everything better. And I think we can create some other allegories and fables that can really help people embrace their own power and embrace their own beauty. And so that's been a huge part for me. We're looking forward to starting YouTube. I have my issues around it, but I'm excited for it at the same time. It'll be interesting to see how that platform crosses over for marketing with the rest of social media. It's been very interesting trying to market a product completely online when your product is based on scent. And that is Modern Peasant. Oh, I don't know that I mentioned this, but we also have Trust, which is a face mask of Dead Sea mud, calendula, and chamomile tinctures, and aloe vera, and it's incredible.
Thank you, Lakenda. That was awesome. So your contact information is there, and I guess everybody can grab that. Yeah, so yeah, a couple comments just to share them, because why not? We're a little bit behind, but oh well.
Yeah.
My dad's Cuban. I'm always like, Cuban time, 15 minutes late, it's fine. But for those of you who aren't Cuban, I apologize for our time. So people are saying, well, somebody wants to know which winery farm, actually.
It's Devero. They're in Healdsburg, and
okay.
it's incredible. They make their own olive oils, and their wine's delicious. So it's great when I get to go up to the farm.
I'm into the olive oil, if not the wine. And then Camille is saying that they love the idea of the mask sprays, and Clara's passing along the idea that fairy tales is a great idea. So
thank you.
And then thank you for sharing your work. Sounds amazing. Beautiful, Lakenda, thank you. Yeah, and also people are stoked on the distilling and tincturing, so.
Love it. That's the best part.
Yeah, so Minetta just popped Lakenda's contact information in the chat, so definitely give it a follow. And yeah, good luck to you, Lakenda, launching a line in a global pandemic. Why not?
Why not? I got the time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate being here. Thank you.
Cheers, Lakenda. Thank you.